Well, Heidi has been at it again, and so have our friends at Hunkydory. There are 4 new paper or card collections, all with foil die cuts, all with ideas included, and tons of creativity. Now, Heidi has done projects from every single one, and I'm not going to take the time to look through every single kit because when you are at paperwishes.com, you can click on each of these, and I've already done what we call a product video, so I've already shown you every single image. But what they all have in common, like I said, is an idea sheet, no instructions, but lots of visuals to show you great ideas for using them. And then, of course, Heidi's done others. And let's see, the other thing they all have in common is that there are 10 sheets of foiled. There are 10 sheets of foiled adorable scoreable, and then 10 sheets of printed adorable scoreable. So you can see that all of these match. That's true for every single kit. So with that prelude, can I ask, will you come play with us? Now, you may remember that Heidi has had an artificial Christmas tree up since July, getting in the spirit of Christmas, and I think that's done a great job. Now, this is a paper toll style card. Now, that means that there are layers of art placed one upon the other over the matching art. Now, of course, there are the foil die cuts. Now, this comes from the very first set, which is called Winter Warmers, and it has this sheet. Now, this is all the foil die cuts, and you can see all that layering. And then also it has this sheet, which Heidi has used for her background. And then also this one, and then I'm going to show you how she's used this one. So let's get back in close and let me walk you through it. So Heidi has taken our standard card, so it's 5 by 6.5, and she has covered it with the red area of this adorable scoreable. It's the printed one. It is not foiled. And I don't know why the camera is looking so fuzzy, so stop it, camera. Okay, then she has taken a piece of this and she has placed it so that the top part of it is the top part of this area. The measurements, by the way, are in the gallery in the instructions. And then she's gone over this far, so you can see right here, and that has become the front of her card. And she's used that piece because on the die cut there is the garland. So she's letting that garland extend across the whole area of her card. Then she has matted this piece onto the green adorable scoreable from this piece. So I think, and I'm going to show you this through all of her cards, just letting you see what areas she has used and how she's used them. So as you can see, this is, I said, the paper toll style. So you're going to use the foam squares. Heidi recommends the 400, these are about 1/4 inch, these foam squares in her directions. You can use any foam tape that you want. And she's also added stars. So there are stars here. Now this comes from the galaxy of stars. There are 3,180 dazzle stars in this collection. And you can see in red, blue, gold, silver, lots of different finishes in addition to the colors. So not only the shiny, but also the glittery. And that's what she's used here. You can see she's used the gold and the red stars. So very fun and very useful. Now on the inside of her card, she used another part of this one. So remember, she used the green and she turned it sideways and put it on the inside of her card. And I love the way she used the red ribbon. So on the front, she decided to use the velvet glitter ribbon. And of course, that's the glitter that does not come off on your fingers. And I love how she just strung it across there, added a bow, and then foam taped one of the greetings. So that is out of the red ribbon set. Now you're going to see this one used a lot in these projects. So very, very clever and very nice use of all the things that come together. Now also in this particular set, Heidi has created this card, so we'll get in close to it. And this is an easel card, so I'm going to lift it up just so that you can see that easel. And as you know, the easel is super simple. Just take the card front and fold it in half. Just be sure to anything that's going to pop up that you glue to the bottom part of the card front and the bottom part of the piece that's going to move. Now, this is the die cut that she used. And this time she used that whole piece. Now, this has got 3 layers of cutting dies, and she's used them all as one because she really wanted this super large piece. It's also easy to find which papers will coordinate. This is the printed adorable squirrel that she has used, and you can see that the artwork matches what's on the die cuts. So she has cut 2 pieces and has simply glued them on the front of her card. Then she has taken the 2 borders that are on her die cut sheet. Can we get in closer, Victor? Thank you. So there's the Noel one, and then there's the one with that beautiful tapestry. And she has placed one of each along the edge of that of her card. And then she's also foam taped a greeting here. Now, she added snowflake dazzles, and I'll be showing you those a little bit later, but there are tons and tons of them in the collection. So she's added those. Now, even though this has got kind of a copper foil, the silver that she chose seemed to work beautifully. Now, on the inside of her card, she chose another sheet, and this one has the birds printed on it, but she turned the piece like this and used that area, the bottom area, for the inside of her card. Isn't that just beautiful? Now, she has also chosen our gold and silver ribbons, so you can see how beautifully the gold does. I love just doing that, a knot out of the crepe ribbon and a great big bow out of the first one. There's a little joy up there, again, with the snowflake dazzles on it. So this is out of our Winter Warmers collection. And that's just 2 cards that the lady has done. Okay, you ready to go for more? Let's go to the Festive Friends, and let me bring in those cards. The first one is a very jolly Santa. And here he is. And again, this is the paper toll style. And let me show you what she has used. So here is the Santa and all of the pieces that you can pop on top. Now, in her directions, she's going to tell you to first use the paper that goes on the inside. Cover the inside of your card with this paper. Does that work beautifully? And then she has used a few of the layers just on the inside. Now, these are just 1 layer, but it does give some dimension. And can we get in a little bit closer, Victor? There you go. So you can see those little animals, Santas popped up. Just looks really nice. Now, on the front of her card, she used the other layers. Now, you could certainly extend these out and add more layers in other places. Okay, now we'll go back out a little bit. Victor's going to get dizzy. And then for the front of her card, she has used this other part of the paper. So there's the Santa that goes on the inside, but this part is going to cover the front of her card. So you can see how that looks. And then the ho, ho, ho border, well, certainly that comes off of the die cut sheet. You might want to position one of the gold foil ho, ho, ho's kind of toward the center of your card. And then Heidi pulled out that whole frame of the Santa, just like that. She matted it on a red glimmer paper. So this is what that looks like. It's not holographic, it's not cardstock, it is paper, but it adds a sheen and it's sold individually. So that's what she's added here. Now, you see the scroll work that is down here, and also that beautiful Merry Christmas right here. Now, in order to get that, Heidi took our Christmas Never Before Seen dazzles, and this is the sheet that she used. Now, I do have to say that scroll work on each side is quite lovely. And Heidi's tip is, you know, you can just cut a little piece of this, so you don't have to use the whole strip since most of it's being covered up, but it does add a nice element right there. And on the inside, well, that's where the Merry Christmas comes from. Now, if you have that set or you saw it a couple of weeks ago, that's great. We also have another set that has Merry Christmas in lots of different finishes. It doesn't have the border and it doesn't have the corners, but nonetheless, it works very well. You know, I just noticed something on these little presents. Heidi added some of the dazzles just to make little bows on top of them. Really cute. More of that border, and you can really see that foiled Hunkydory is just looking so beautiful on this. Okay, so we're going to take this one and move on to our next, which is right here. And here are, this is called Festive Friends, and there are some festive friends right there. The two little puppies, and I think we're going to, yeah, great, thank you. Got in closer to that. Now on this one, this is a, I believe it's 4 3/4 inch card, which is going to give you a really nice frame for these die cuts. So here's what the die cuts look. Now you do get 10 sheets in every single pack, and you can easily make 2 cards out of every single sheet. I really think you can make more than that, but each kit is going to let you do at least 20 cards, and I think it's going to be more like 30. So this is here, and she just used it as it is, used one of the die cuts glued right here. Now in using this one, she just took it to the first frame and the second frame right there, okay? So this last frame is an extra piece, so you can use that elsewhere. On the front of her card, she has used this paper. So here's the adorable scorable with this one. Now that is not used on the inside of her card. You can use that on another card. In this case, she has simply cut the piece of this to go on the front of her card and then foam taped this big die cut and then glued this one. That's the red ribbon pack coming back again. On the inside of her card, she has used this one, and you can see it just goes right along the bottom, and then she's used the border from the die cut sheet. May your Christmas be furry and bright. A little piece is glued there. And then this is the second adorable scorable, but without that outside frame. So again, you're going to have frames left over to frame some of the other artwork on here. Now she also added another border, and we'll have to get in close to see it. It's on the outside here, and that is our silver metallic paper. It looks like this. And it's not holographic, it's not foiled, but it is a wonderful shine. And again, it is paper. So she has used that also as a matting for this particular card. Really cute with that little bird perched right up there, and works so nicely. And I don't think I told you, and shame on me, but the first card in this set has our gingham ribbons. Now, this was a customer request. You know, on the homepage at paperwishes.com, there's a button that says request. Well, one of our customers did, and we have a whole collection of not only ginghams, but also of dotted ribbons now. So if there's something you really would like for us to look into, let me know, and those go directly to me. Okay, now we're going to go into the Christmas in Style. Now this set is, as you would think, very stylish. It's really kind of fun in that there are unicorns in here, there are reindeer, there's a nativity set that's quite lovely, and on the back you can see many different looks to these. And let me show you what Heidi has done. So Christmas in Style, she has taken one of the big die cuts and used this to make a shaped card, and I love the idea of this. Now, because she has this closure, and let me just open this up, this is placed between the die cut and the card itself. So you'll want to look at the directions. What Heidi did is she took her die cut, and this becomes the pattern. So it's all those layers. There are, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different ovals. Used all 4 of them, placed it on top of her card, and traced around it to get the shape. And then she went to her paper, which looks like this. And you can see how she just used the going up to the top of it and traced around that with her die cut. Before she glued them to her card, she placed the ribbon going to the front and along the back side of her card. So she's got 2 ovals here, okay? And then she can glue her adorable scorable and her die cut on top. So that way you've got this kind of closure. Now, if you don't want that kind of closure, you can simply glue this on and then cut your card. But I like having this shape. I think it's really a nice way to use this. Now, she also used, it's the most wonderful time of year, right there. And then she did a whole collection of red jewel dazzles going right around that oval. There you go, just really cute. And then on the inside, especially for you this Christmas, I love how this matches the die cut on the front, and then she duplicated that half oval on the inside. And just really, really nice and really different. And certainly to tie this, I do like to give a gentle knot to start it, and then simply tie it as you would tie a normal bow, and then let it kind of nestle right in there. So it just makes a really pretty finish. Okay, that's one. Wait till you see this one. It is stunning. Isn't that artwork lovely? So pretty. And this is the copper foiling that's going around it, but Heidi did the stars again. So that galaxy of stars in blue and in gold is going around this, just really pretty. Again, a gatefold card, so you can see how she's doing it. Let me show you the whole sheet of these die cuts. There you go, just stunning. And that's what I meant with this collection, Christmas in Style. So what she has done is on the front of her card, she used this adorable scorable, and you can see that she has cut the pieces. So we've got the purple at the top and a little bit of the purple and the blue at the bottom piece. This has been foam taped just to the bottom here. And on the inside, she used this piece of adorable scorable. And what's really nice is that even though you're using a piece of it, because these are A4 size, so generally 8.5 by 11, little bit different, but work with me here. You still have plenty left over if you want to do another card or use some for the inside of another card. So isn't that just stunning? So again, it coordinates. And then because this is an easel card, you know the trick. You've got to add foam tape underneath one of the die cuts so it will hold that easel as it is resting. Hope your Christmas sparkles. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely fun. Okay, I have one more, and it is called A Wonderful Wintertime. So these are going to be very snowy scenes. And always, there's the idea sheet. Okay, give you a little hint. And for her card, her first card is a snowy scene, as you can see. Again, she has used the paper toll style. And in this case, she cut a piece of this adorable scorable. So she didn't use that. She used this piece on the inside. There you go. Doesn't that just make a great inside? And then she used the rest of it, or a part of it, to do the front of her card. Now, she also matted this on the silver linen. And silver linen is one of the design team's favorite pieces. So it just gives a beautiful look, and it also has a texture to it. So she's used that, and then she's also added some of the great big snowflakes. Now the snowflakes come in a set like this. There are 574 snowflakes altogether. Lots of different sizes, different finishes, even lots of different finishes of silver. And you've got white, you've got blue, you've got teal. So all of those. And she has chosen the silver ones to put behind her die cut. And I think it just makes a beautiful background. And so you can see the paper toll style is done on the front. And then she has used the red. Actually, you could use either the red ribbon set or the gingham set, either one, because this is in both of them. And then on the inside, and that just adds a pop of color. You can see how it matches the house and the snowman's scarf, and even that little bow on the wreath. And then on the inside, another ribbon, wishing you a cozy Christmas. And isn't it nice that that matches? More snowflakes were added along the edge of this card. Now, I have one more card, and this is a snowy owl, just really a different one to have here. And this is out of this piece. Now, very often she has used the large one, but in this case, she elected to use this little square guy. So it is a cut down card, and on the front of the card she took this matching adorable squirrel, but look, she used the area right here. Now you can see that she chose that because of the tree line, because the tree line is on her die cut, and she wanted it to extend along the card. Now you only see a little bit of it, but it is a nice extension. She did the same thing by adding some of the snowflake dazzles, and then on her card, let me show you. So here is the die cut as it's shown here, and she has matted it on this paper right here, and you can see that she's used a couple of pieces of it, because you can see those stripes or the borders. So right here, so this has been one square, and then this has been another one, and you can see how this is light at the top, dark at the bottom, which is what that square, which is what that square would be. And this one is dark at the top and light at the bottom. I hope that's making sense. Let's get in super close. Thank you, Victor. So you see how this large, the biggest one, is dark here and it's light? Well, that's because it was cut from this area to make it dark and light. Same way with the other one, it is dark at the bottom and light at the top. Those are nice details, and it also maximizes your adorable squirrel. Now, she has added, this is from the white set of ribbons, and then on the inside of her card, she used the other side of the adorable squirrel that she used on the front. So just wonderful way of using things. Now, I think it was very clever for her to glue this greeting. Looks like the owl is perched right upon it. More snowflakes are in and mimicking the front of the card. Okay, that's what we have. Lots and lots of wonderful projects and some very fun techniques and great use of the adorable squirrel. I'd like to compliment Heidi on that. Now, there is a money saver. You can find that at paperwishes.com, and you can get all 4 sets of these, plus you'll get a free magazine giving you more ideas of what to do with this wonderful set of adorable squirrel. Thank you for joining us. You can see the items that were used down below. Be sure to go to the gallery. You'll get step-by-step instructions. And I want to thank Heidi for doing an absolutely wonderfully festive job.